By the end of today's episode, you'll know exactly what to include on your casting profiles to stand out and book more work. Welcome to the Actor's Career Compass, where we help aspiring screen actors find high-quality auditions, sign with great agents, and book major roles in legit productions. I'm your host, Martin Benson, and today I'm going to be covering which types of clips actually help you book more roles, must-have versus nice-to-have uploads for your casting profiles, and how to showcase your best skills and personality without overwhelming casting directors and agents. So, casting directors don't have a lot of time to dig through tons of content on your casting profile. You want to have just the right amount of material to show your range, your personality, your skills, and that you take your work seriously. The first thing that you need to do is to fill out all of the text sections of your profile. Okay, so you want to make sure that your bio is there, your credits, your training, and your special skills. All of that stuff needs to be pretty much filled in as much detail as you can so that that's sort of taken care of, right? But beyond that, what we're going to be primarily focusing on in this episode is what you need media-wise. The must-have uploads for your casting profile, number one is 4 to 5 individual clips plus a demo reel if you have some decent quality footage from different productions that you've been in, okay? You want to keep that demo reel at 1 to 2 minutes max, right? Try not to go over 2 minutes. Sometimes 90 seconds can even be better these days. Next, for your clips, you want to keep them around 30 to 45 seconds or so. Monologues should not really be much longer than 45 seconds. Dialogue clips should not be much longer than a minute at absolute most, okay? And for those clips, you want to show the strongest acting moments that you have, okay? What I call level 4 acting, where it's something really emotional and interesting and engaging for the audience to watch. I mean, you can have something where you're just having a regular conversation with someone, that's fine, but I definitely recommend having at least some on there that are very emotional and that just kind of make the audience feel something as they're watching it, right? Now, obviously, you need to be the focus, so you should have the most lines and the camera should be on you. We need to be able to see you and hear you clearly. And we want to see a range of emotional states like sadness and anger. We don't want them all to just kind of be like, let's say, sad and emotional scenes or something. You also need your professional headshots, right? So they should capture each of your primary types and also show some different emotion, like something that's more friendly, something that's a little bit more intense, right? It is good to have professionally shot headshots. While you can technically get away with unprofessional headshots, let's say that a friend took, that's going to kind of limit you to getting booked in student films and certain independent productions. But if you want to be taken seriously by agents and then casting directors when it comes to like bigger, legit film and TV, you need to have a professional headshot that shows that you're willing to like invest in your career, okay? You should also have slate shots. So basically they're a 5-second video where you say your name in a friendly, natural way. Like, hey, I'm Martin Benson, right? That's something. And you would connect those to each of your headshots on Actors Access. These slate shots essentially help casting directors and agents get a sense of what your energy and your type is. They quickly show them what your voice sounds like, and they also let them trust that you actually look the same as you do in your headshot, right? So these days with AI headshots, which generally are not good, casting directors don't like them at all because you either don't look the same or they also feel like an actor who kind of uses AI for headshots is someone who doesn't support the industry and all of the hardworking people in it and in the union, right? So you don't want to like give off that impression by using an AI headshot. But also some actors take real headshots, but then they get them really like overly retouched. And so in both of those cases, a casting director might think that you actually look a certain way, but you actually look different than that. And so if you don't have a slate shot, they may not even be willing to click to see your other clips that are in your profile to get a sense of what you look like. They might just immediately move on to the next actor. You also should aim to have 3 to 5 photos of yourself acting on set or in costume. Just kind of images that give people a sense that you're a busy working actor on your profile. You don't want your profile to just have like 1 or 2 headshots and that's it, right? If you have like those headshots plus you have some other photos of you doing things, it just kind of gives people a sense, wow, this person is busy, they're doing a lot of stuff. I trust them more than someone who just has like 2 photos and nothing else. Now, let's talk about nice to have, but not critical uploads, okay? So there's something called a personality tape, which is basically like a 15 to 30 second video where you're casually talking about yourself and how you got into acting, what you most enjoy doing. Those are generally better if you do a lot of commercial work or non-scripted stuff or like hosting, right? You should also, this is something that, again, it's not critical, but I usually like to see it, skills tapes, right? So if you have a special skill listed that's, let's say, not a common thing, like being able to drive, right? I mean, you should list that if you have a driver's license. That's good to have as a special skill. But if it's something that's not super common, right? Like let's say you can speak fluently in a different language, or you can juggle, or you can you're really good at dancing or playing the piano or something, right? You should actually include about a 10 to 30 second tape or clip showing you doing that skill. So you would label it as such, like me juggling or whatever, right? And then you show yourself juggling, and it just kind of lets people trust that you actually know how to do what you say that you can do in your profile. Now, a couple of things that I recommend not doing on your casting profile. Number 1, don't overload the profile, okay? So more isn't always better. I recommend you focus on quality over quantity, okay? So just focus on including the best of the best stuff and remove the rest. So like, let's say headshots, right? If you have a bunch of headshots that you've done and you upload like 20 different photos, but they're all pretty similar, or you have like 10 that are really old where your hair was a different color or you look younger or something, don't leave all of these pictures on there because then people aren't going to know what you actually look like now. Delete the old stuff. Same thing with clips. Like you don't really want more than like 5 or 6 clips, like I said earlier and in numerous episodes, because then it just makes people more likely to like click on the wrong thing, right? And they might click on something that's not as good or not going to kind of give the best impression to them. So I recommend sort of keeping it limited to your best of the best stuff. Now, I also don't recommend that you only have monologues anymore. In the past, monologues were really important, but it's changed recently now, and casting directors and agents want to see dialogue clips where you're interacting with another actor. So you should have at least 2 or 3 dialogue clips in addition to 1 or 2 monologue clips. And then again, ideally some sort of demo reel that kind of has a lot of stuff combined that's from different productions, okay? Avoid including amateur content, or let's not say amateur content, let's say more like stuff where you just can't see yourself very well and it looks extremely like unprofessional, okay? So if you want to book bigger roles, you should not have, let's say, a student film where it was shot really low budget. Or you should not have clips where you're blurry or you can't easily see or hear yourself because the lighting was bad or the sound was really echoey, right? Those things, I mean, obviously, if you have nothing else, you can upload them, but you'd still be better off uploading like a monologue or a dialogue scene where you shoot it in like a self-tape setup against the wall. Right? Same thing goes with like unprofessional headshots that look really low budget. Again, like I said earlier, they can kind of work for student and some independent films, but for bigger productions and getting an agent, they're generally not going to cut it. Well, thanks for listening. Now, before we wrap today, I just want to read a recent review that I got for the podcast. Current, clever, caring, The Actors Career Compass is one of the tools I use to help my career flourish. Martin is always current with helpful tips. His professionalism shines through in the advice he offers. He's a coach that wants his students to succeed. Thank you, Martin. Thanks so much, Robin G, for that really nice review. I definitely appreciate it. Now, if you've been enjoying the show, I'd love to offer you something special. So right now, for a limited time, I'm actually offering actors completely free access to my Kickstart Your Acting Career mini course. It normally sells for $77. All you have to do, though, is post an honest, detailed review for the podcast on Apple Podcasts, and then just shoot me an email with the review that you wrote so I can check it out. And maybe I'll even read it aloud in a future episode. It's something that I'm trying to do more of. Email it to me at martin@cityheadshots.com. Now, of course, if for any reason you haven't found the show enjoyable, I want you to leave an honest review, or if you prefer not to leave me like a bad review, which obviously is appreciated, but just email me directly with your notes. I really do take things into account. Just as one example of something, someone said they like my podcast, but they wish that I did video versions of it so that they could follow along more easily. And I took that into account. It did take me some time, but I'm doing this on a YouTube channel now. So you can watch the video version of the podcast simply because of the feedback that people have given to me. So please do let me know if there's anything that I can do to make it better. I take it into account and I'm always looking to improve, okay? But again, reviews, positive reviews especially, really do help the show grow. And the more that we get, the more easily other actors will be able to find it, okay? So thanks so much, and I will see you soon.